Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make a minion. I made this minion so that his overall straps can come off with just a little button, both sides, and then also you can make him either have two eyeballs like this, or you can take one of his eyes off and just have him have one. So keep watching and I'll show you how to make him. Bye! Using the pattern that's linked down below, I've already cut out all of the fabric and I'm going to show you what I have and talk you through it, and then we'll get started on the sewing. So up in the corner I have buttons for the overalls, I have velcro for the Minion's goggles, I have white fabric cut out for the eyeballs. I'm going to do the technique that I've used in other videos to make his face. I have a full video on how to do that I will link down below. I have black and gray fabric paint. I have denim for the straps of the overall. I have gray for the outside of the goggles with interfacing, and then black for the back of the goggles. I have, this is the front of his overalls, and here are his pants, his little boots, his hands, his body with the interfacing behind it. I found that fleece is a lot easier to sew if you have interfacing so it doesn't stretch. I have his arms. And then this is for the straps of his goggle also that I will be laying the black velcro on top of. This is the fusible web that I'm going to be using to attach the goggles together. I still have it in the package, but I'm going to cut it to the size and make the eyeball out of this. So I'm halfway through the technique that I was talking about in my other video, but I just wanted to show you what I had done so far. And I've used my interfacing webbing to attach the white to the gray, and then I put fabric paint around the outside. One last thing I'm going to do before I let the goggle dry overnight is add his eyeball. So I'm just going to use black fabric paint for that. For the back of the goggles, I sewed a piece of velcro across the back. I did the top, the sides, and the bottom just so it's fully secured. I did it on both, and this will give you the option to either have your minion have one eye or have two. So what I'm going to do next is attach my gray and white part to this back, and I'm going to sew all the way around. I'm going to leave a little spot, turn it inside out, and then hand stitch it closed. I have finished his eyeballs, and you want to make sure that the velcro on the back is horizontal to the way that the eyes go, unless you want them kind of cattywampus all over the place. So these are done. To make the other side of the velcro for the actual body, I have my strap of fabric. This is one of the black ones. I just folded it over and hemmed it. You're not going to see the hem, so it doesn't matter if it's pretty or not. And then I've already cut my velcro to size. So what I'm going to do is just lay my black strap down wherever I think his eyeballs will go. And then I'm going to lay my other piece on top of it. And then I'm going to sew all three of them together at once. I have sewn it all together. It's hard to see with the lighting, but you can see on the other side that I've done two stitches, one at the top and one at the bottom, so that it's totally secure, and when you pull the eyeballs on and off, they stick, and then you can pull them off. Just like I did on the front of the Minion, I'm going to do a black strap on the back of him, but I'm not going to use the Velcro. This is just so that he has his goggles all the way around his head, so I'm going to hem both sides and then sew it on. So to start the hands, the first thing I'm going to do is hem the glove. The next thing I'm going to do is sew the glove onto the arm. The reason I decided to hem the glove first was I wanted it to have a nice clean edge, but if you feel like you can fold over the fabric and sew all three together in one fell swoop, have at it. So the next thing I'm going to do after I hem is sew the arms on. I'm going to do this to all four, and make sure you keep your pairs together. So then once you have your hands and arms connected, I'm then going to sew the two sides of the arms together. I have my hand and arm all sewn together, so I'm going to turn a right side out. But before I do, I just want to point out that just like in the BMO video, you want to do little fringes around the fingers. That'll make it lay flatter when you turn it right side out. So I'm going to do the other hand, turn them inside out, and then stuff them. Next, I'm going to do the same process with the feet and the pants, except for this time I'm going to do the hem on the jeans. So I'm going to hem the jeans, attach the booties, and then sew both the front and the back together. So now I have my boots attached to my pants, and I've done both sides. The other thing that needs to dry overnight is the little G that's on his overalls. So I did the exact same technique as with the eyeballs and the video that's down linked below. And then I just used the black fabric paint around the edge. So what I'm going to do next is attach the front of the overalls and the back of the overalls. You're going to want to hem the 3 sides of the rectangle, leaving the bottom unfinished. That's the side that's going to attach to the pants. You're also going to want to do the overall straps. So you want to do a seam down the 2 long sides and one of the short sides. This is so you can add a button and attach his little overalls together. And you also have one end that you can turn inside out. So hem the 3 sides and sew around 3 sides of the straps and then turn right side out. I've hemmed all of my front and back of my overalls and then the 2 straps. So what I'm going to do next is attach my straps to the back of my overall piece, and then on the tip of each of the straps I'm going to make a buttonhole for these buttons. My sewing machine actually has a buttonhole feature, which I'll show you, which makes it super simple to do. Otherwise, you could just cut a slit, or you could use Velcro. You wouldn't necessarily have to use buttons. I have my buttonholer set up. So basically, I have my strip of fabric. The way my sewing machine works, you can put a button in the back, and it'll make the buttonhole the perfect size for it. So I have to pull down this lever so it knows where to stop, and it'll do the entire buttonhole. I just have to tell it how big it needs to be, and it will do it on its own. I've put the buttonholes in the straps, so now I'm going to attach the 2 straps to the back of the overalls. They're going to be attached to the front of the overalls using the button and the buttonholes. So I'm just going to flip this fabric over, lay my strap on the inside, and then I'll just follow the corner around on both sides, and then he'll have straps. I have attached the straps to the back of the overalls, so now I'm going to attach the front and the back to the pants. I'm going to do the exact same thing I did with the boots and the gloves. I'm first going to hem the pants, and then I'm going to put the front and the back on each side of the pants to make the hem nice and clean. Now that I have the front and back of his pants totally attached, I'm going to attach them to the front and back of his body. So you want to put the body and the pants together so that the seam of the pants is right at the bottom of the seam of the yellow. Make sure that the front of the head is the one with the Velcro on it, and the front of the pants is the one with the GRU symbol. So you're going to do that to both. You can just sew straight across the seam that you already have on both sides, and then you'll have a full body. Okay, I have my front and back totally attached, so I'm going to set these aside until I'm ready to fully assemble the Minion. So I'm going to take my arms, stuff them, and then attach them to both sides. I'm just going to pin them where I think they should be, and then my body will be ready to sew together. I have his arms pinned down, so I'm going to put the 2 right sides together and sew him up. Make sure that his arms are tucked in so you don't sew them into the lining. So I'm going to sew this all up, same with the straps. Tuck them in. Sew him all up, and then turn him right side out, stuff him, and hand stitch him closed. So I will show you the finished product of him completely done without his goggles. I have finished his body, and I just realized that I forgot to put a little mouth on him. So I'm going to do that with my black fabric paint. This is definitely something you could do before you totally put him together. I just completely forgot. So I'm going to do that now and let it dry, and then I will put him all together. Okay, he is all finished. There he is with one eye, and then you can easily pull his eyeball off, put it more to the side, and then you can give him a second one. And there he is, all done. Thanks for watching, guys.